In the opening scene, a prologue says that a group of American archaeologists has found a new pyramid deep in the desert. The following scene is of chaos caused by the Egyptians. In the middle of this chaos, a documentary film crew goes to Egypt to film one of the most important archaeological discoveries in Egyptian history. The scene then shifts to a news reporter named Sunny and her cameraman Fitzai. This pyramid is different from the other pyramids of Giza because it only has 3 sides instead of the usual 4. Sunny says that researchers Dr. Miles Holden and his daughter Nora could change the course of history with their amazing discovery. While Sunny explains the news, a dog on top of a pyramid keeps barking, which annoys Fitzai. Later, Sunny has an interview with Dr. Holden, who talks about his exploration efforts. In the interview, Dr. Holden says that he's looking for ancient texts that mention the area as a possible location for the lost pyramid of Akhenaten, which may be somehow linked to the strange structure they found. Then, they ask Nora for an interview. She tells them that the 3-sided pyramid has nothing to do with King Akhenaten and is actually buried beneath the surface. Nora also says it requires several thousand years for sand to build up and make such a structure. When Sunny asks the archaeologist why she didn't want to use the satellites, Nora says that she doesn't trust them and that many people are afraid to try new methods or break away from old ways of doing things. Dr. Holden and Nora then tell Sunny that there is a satellite orbiting the Earth. They then show her the location of the pyramid. They point out that a big part of it is still buried deep in the sand. Dr. Holden can't believe the huge size of the pyramid. Nora then tells the exact spot to access the tip of the pyramid. Sunny is intrigued about the satellite, and Nora tells him that she got the idea for the satellite from an article called SETI Search for Extraterrestrial Intelligence. When Sunny asks Nora about what she thinks about aliens using pyramids as a way to enter Earth, Nora laughs it off because she doesn't believe in such theories. During their conversation, Dr. Holden tries to change the topic of satellites and suggests to focus on archaeology instead. Sunny argues, saying that satellites are important because they mark the start of a new era in archaeology. This upsets Dr. Holden, who thinks that technological advances have taken away from the true nature of archaeology. Later that day, Nora talks to her mother on the phone. Her mother is worried, but Nora reassures her that she will be safe during the digging of the secrets of the buried pyramid. When she sees a remote-controlled rover car named Shorty, which was made by her boyfriend and teammate Michael Zahir, a robotics engineer, she gets angry. Zahir then introduces Shorty to everyone and tells them that it was originally made by NASA for Mars rovers. He also says that Shorty can record both visual and audio data, and when it will go inside the pyramid, it will send live footage back to the command center, which will greatly help them. The next day, the Egyptian workers who were supposed to break through the tunnel inform Dr. Holden that they have found a way to get inside the pyramid. Everyone, including Sunny and her news team, rushes to join the workers on their way to the pyramid. The last stone is taken out, then suddenly toxic gas mixed with fungus is released into the area, which hurts one of the team members very badly. As a result, he needs medical help, which luckily saves his life. In the meantime, Dr. Holden gets a message from the Ministry of Antiquities telling him to stop his research and leave the area within 24 hours. It turns out that widespread protests have broken out in Cairo. The situation seems to have led to chaos and widespread violence. When Dr. Holden hears this, he decides to abandon their mission and leave the next morning. However, Nora tries to convince her father that they should retrieve something from the pyramid. She emphasizes the importance of the discovery and that it could bring much fame to them. Dr. Holden reluctantly agrees to send Shorty into the pyramid to take readings and take pictures in order to learn more about what's inside. Shortly after that, a soldier comes to watch the team's preparation for the departure. Zahir is the only person who can speak Arabic. He tells the soldier that they are about to finish their work and leave. After that, Zahir leads the 3 million rover Shorty into the pyramid. Shorty soon finds a low level of poisonous fumes. Symbols of Osiris, the Egyptian god of the afterlife, can be seen on the walls inside the pyramid. Following that, the team is shocked when Shorty is attacked. Zahir thinks it might be the same dog that caused trouble earlier. When he tries to send Shorty deeper into the pyramid, the rover suddenly loses connection. Zahir is desperate to get his expensive creation back. He then tells the other team members that they should go inside the pyramid. At first, Dr. Holden refused, but Zahir kept insisting, so he agreed. He then said that only he and Zahir would go inside, but the rest of the team reminded him that they are a team and should be working together. When the Egyptian army soldier named Shahid saw Dr. Holden and his team getting ready to go into the tower, he yelled at them and told them to leave right away. Zahir explains the situation to the soldier and asks for permission to get their expensive rover back. Eventually, the soldier gives them 2 hours to get it. Following this, Dr. Holden, Sunny, Fitzeye, and Nora go into the pyramid. Nora brings her own camera to record everything. Dr. Holden warns the team not to touch anything because the pyramid could be very unstable and could collapse at any moment. Some time passes, and Zahir gets worried when he finds a broken part of his rover and fears that NASA will punish him. As they go deeper, Nora finds a hole that leads up, and she tells the group to climb through it and explore. They come across different items and structures, which leads them to start analyzing what they found. In a key moment, Nora finds a metal structure covered in dried blood, and she chooses to take it with her for further study. As they went down, Dr. Holden's guiding line suddenly snaps, which makes the team lose its sense of direction. They are lost and don't know where to go, so they go into a room where Zahir finds his lost rover. Then, the floor of the room, which was weak and unstable, collapses and they fall 90 feet down from the ground. To make things worse, a big piece of debris falls on Zahir, breaking his leg and trapping him. The team does everything they can to get him out, but nothing works. In the middle of their fight, Sunny finds a hole and chooses to climb it to find a way out so she can get help. As she tries to climb, she is attacked by an unknown creature, causing her to run away. In the meantime, Dr. Holden finds a gate and sees the carved warning that says, "Do not enter." He suggests that the group wait there until the soldier comes to get them, but Nora doesn't agree because they don't have much time to save Zahir. Instead, she thinks they should look for another way out. Before leaving Zahir alone, Nora hands him a torch, gives him a kiss, and tells him she'll be back soon. Then, as the team leaves to find a way out, they hear Zahir screaming. They all rush back quickly, only to find his bloody leg stuck under the stone, suggesting that Zahir was pulled into the shaft and eaten by a bloodthirsty predator. When she sees this, Nora gets heartbroken, but Dr. Holden tries to console her and tells her to stay with the team and keep looking for a way out. Dr. Holden then makes up a story that Zahir was crushed while trying to move the stone. Sunny, on the other hand, doesn't believe him and gets angry at him for their situation. The team gets worried when Nora senses that something is following them. As a result, they hurry through the tunnel and run into Shahid, who is there to help them. But then, several creatures attack them. Shahid tries his best to shoot them down, but he ends up being eaten by one of the larger predators. Fear spreads through the group, and they gather in a corner. Fitzeye sees that the scratch on Sunny's face is getting infected, and that her eyes don't look well. Soon after, Dr. Holden finds a wall carving with passages from the Book of the Dead. It shows the concept of the final judgment, where souls are weighed by the god Anubis against the huge scale held by Mot, the goddess of truth. If the scale is balanced, it means that the soul can enter the afterlife after appearing before Osiris and the panel of judges. As the group goes into another tunnel, Dr. Holden accidentally triggers a mechanism that locks the door, and the sand quickly starts filling the room. Fearing that they will be buried alive, they try to run away, but Sunny falls into a pit full of deadly spikes. Fitzeye tries to save her, but he can't. The whole team is upset by Sunny's death, but they have to keep looking for a way out. Soon after, they find a lost part of Shorty, and Fitzeye figures out that its antenna can be used to communicate. He cleverly rewires the rover so that his camera can record a video message in which Dr. Holden explains how bad things are and asks for help. They also warn that the pyramid is full of dangerous creatures, and anyone who comes inside should bring weapons to protect themselves. Later, Dr. Holden finds a hidden chamber, and inside it, they find an explorer from the 19th century along with his journal. The journal hints at a possible escape route from the pyramid. However, before the team is able to process any information, a clawed hand rips Dr. Holden's chest and takes his heart out. Nora screams for her father and tries to help him, but Fitzeye moves her away to keep her safe. He then goes into the room and witnesses Dr. Holden's last moments. Fitzeye even records the terrifying scene as the creature kills the old man. Nora grieves her father in a corner. The creature walks by without noticing her. After a while, Fitzeye shows the video to Nora and she recognizes the creature as Anubis the Devourer, a hybrid creature that is part jackal and part human and is known for eating the hearts of the impure. In the next scene, Fitzeye takes the gun from the dead soldier while Nora takes a flare from the corpse of his father. She then finds some hieroglyphs in the chamber which tells that the pyramid was built to trap Anubis, who wants to reunite with his father Osiris to enter the final gate of heaven. The two of them then start finding star maps on the ceiling, searching for the tetrahedron symbol, which represents the three-sided pyramid. This shows the Sirius star and guides them to the exit of this pyramid. Nora successfully finds the brightest star, which leads them to a shaft, where they find a rope rope, indicating that the soldiers must have entered through that way. After getting some confidence, she and Fitzai start climbing the rope. Suddenly, Anubis appears out of nowhere and takes Fitzai away. Nora tries to get away, but the creature stops her too. In a last-ditch effort, Nora lights the flare and throws it at Anubis. She then climbs to the top of the rope and pauses for a moment. To her surprise, Anubis comes back and grabs Nora again. In the next scene, Nora is tied to a pillar in the burial chamber. When she regains consciousness, she sees Fitzai and desperately calls out for him. To her horror, Anubis smashes Fitzai's face without any remorse. This devastates Nora, but she does not give up. She uses a blade to cut the rope that binds her, and then uses the same blade to cut Anubis's neck. As Anubis trembles in pain, wildcats attack him, creating an escape opportunity for Nora. Nora loses consciousness just as she is about to exit the pyramid. When she wakes up, she sees a young boy holding the camera in front of her. She begs the boy to help her, but before the boy can say anything, Anubis reappears and kills them both, and the movie ends. Subscribe to watch more movie recaps like this. Thanks for watching. See you in the next plot. Goodbye.